Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Friday, the 27th of June 2025. The time right now is 5 p.m. or 17:05 minutes, and the weather temperature is 26 degrees Celsius. I am in the UK, Great Britain, England, London City, borough of Sadak, in Borough Bankside, Tabaga, Denford City, House, Pardon Street, SE14DW. I am a man, so my name is Fabrice Luyangu Lundamo, but the government knows me as Mr. Fabrice Lundamo. And my current name at this era, I'm calling myself Man of Nature. Today I wanted to let you know that yesterday I had a dream, because me sometimes I dream, and most of my dream, if it's not about myself, about things foreseen, maybe it's gonna be for the past, or maybe it's for deja vu, like a telepathy, or things like that. No, yesterday I had a dream. Now you know the dream I had, it was about me. Recently I was talking about I am the man who threw a bird on air and over bird catch a bird. Freely release that bird to go live somewhere else and go live the life. I didn't want to have a slave as a pet. I didn't want to have a cheap bird to raise. So I said I'm going to let that bird freely. And the over bird managed to clinch on the bird full air above the ground. Now, one thing that I forget to mention that was very important, and this is the meaningful of the activity, the special memories, valuable and seen or unheard power of nature being blessed by being the only one, the one and only who done this on earth. I'm a living being. I got a relative. It happens, I was a young man, a toddler. If I say young man, you might think I was an adult, like they say adult. No, I wasn't adult. I was a toddler. I was less than 10 years. Guaranteed, definitely. Yeah? So, it happens in my ancestors' property in Sanda, number 56, in the area called Selembao. You understand? Now, when I explain things, sometimes, this certain knowledge is not with me in the present time. But thank the spirit above, I seen. Either you believe or you do not believe. Me, I do believe. It come back and it completes what I lacked to say, what I missed to say, or what I did not understand. So based on what happened in my life, that special moments, that special things that happened in my life, I forgot to let you know that, because I was unaware of it. That is very important. It's very, very important. But yesterday, in my sleep, it came back in my mind. And if I say yesterday, you might think it happened late tonight, but it did happen before 6 a.m. because as soon as I finished dreaming about it, I woke up to go to the toilet and piss, and I checked the time. It was 6:16 minutes. 6 as number 6, which is the number on my first initial F. 16, which is the number exact Amado number, the flat I live. This number here, you see, number 16. This is my door. This is my house. I don't know if you can see clearly. You see, 16. Now, when this dream happened to me yesterday, me I was sleeping. So when I say it happened yesterday, you will think maybe it was yesterday the 26th. No, it was today the 27th, early morning, because I was dreaming. As soon as the dream finished, you know what I mean, I woke up to go piss, and I checked the time, because I usually have my phone by my bedside. You know what I mean? Not for any special things, but I usually do that. You know, it's because I don't have a clock in my house, in my bedroom. In my bedroom, I don't like, apart from a fan that makes a little noise, I don't like noise in my bedroom. I go to my bedroom to sleep, so I don't have a TV or a clock or anything like that. But I keep my phone next to me, and my phone usually on silence, so nobody can bother me if I'm sleeping. But because I like to keep in time, I like to know the dates, I like to check if it's going to rain the next day, or I like to wait for information. I like certain things, or sometimes when I'm thinking, I get dreams like this. If it's words, I can easily Google it and know the definition. You know, I do my research. That's one of the important things. I keep my phone next to me. You understand? Now, this is happened this morning. No, but because it was about sleeping, so that's why earlier when I said it happened, I had a dream last night, but the dream happened this morning. See, when I threw that bird on air, when I released that bird to go freely, the bird was a chick bird. Now, what the dream was telling me today, this morning, see what makes it so special? Me, myself, when I speak about me, I said I am a world. I represent the world. North, south, east, west. You understand? And my name is Fabrice, which is 4. As if you want to calculate Fabrice as 4 or as letter F, letter F, which is 6 number. You understand? So if you put letter, then you done the translation of a letter to a number, you see 6. But if you put the letter to the number as well, is number 4. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? Now, for that reason, that's why I usually say number 3 is not equal to my belief. But when I tune it to word, I see freedom, being free. You understand? That's why I like that number. Now, you see number 4, I use that number as to represent me. Why? Because I am the blood of mixed race man who married a black woman to create us. My granddad was a mixed race man, so his dad was white. So my granddad is the product of black and white. You understand? On my mom's side. But on my dad's side, everything is black. You understand? Now, for me, taking part on my mom's side, so I am what? I am 4. If you count it from my granddad to me, it's 4. See, my great granddad, and then my granddad, then my mom, then it's me. You understand? So 4. There's 4 people in there. It's great granddad, parent, and me. So it's 4 people. So on that side, that's why I use 4, as I am the representative of North, South, East, West. Because my great granddad having a black woman, you know, 2 is already there. My granddad being mixed race, having a black woman to create my mom, 2 is already there. So me, when I consider 2, I take the 4 and I wear it with me. And that 4 that I took from them to represent the world, when I include myself, number 5 is also very important to me, because that is who I am now. I don't know if you do understand. You see, when you say free, you see F, it's free, because it's not tree. The tree is a green stick business. You know what I mean? Like the tree you see around. But when you say free, you hear the word F. But me, I don't like it for that hearing F or free. I like it because when I translate it to words, I see freedom. It's the first thing comes to me when I'm thinking about free. I see freedom. So I like that number. You understand? Plus, we would say by the Father's name, by the Son and the Holy Spirit. We see free. We see that free there. I like that as well. So it's one of my favorite numbers. But 4 is a number that I use it as the words to represent my great-granddad, my granddad, my parents, who's my mom, and me, myself, in there. So I take that 4, the 224 plus me taking it, I take that 4. But when I take that 4 and I put me in that 4 as well, it becomes 5. So 5 is who I am. 5 and 5 falls exact as F. You understand? So when you see 5, you see F. My name is Fabrice. So 5 is who I am. 4 is for the power of people before me. Listen, and 3, the F in 3, I just usually translate it as I just explained. But on the dream that I had this morning, when they was talking, they was showing me what I missed to always talk about when I talk about the bird situation that happened to me, the special things that I can represent to God, even to you, low, believe in devilish business. If you lead Satan, Lucifer, you know what I mean? I got something that nobody done on earth. You understand? And me, it happened to me as a tool. I've done many things on earth, but that one is a special power. And I love it so much because as little intelligence that I am, and the intelligence that I have, try to do research, I'm curious about certain things. I never heard of things like that. I never see anybody claim that. It's never been done. You understand? And I'll use this opportunity to congratulate somebody who mentioned certain things about this. And all my family who witnessed that, I salute you today. No, in that dream yesterday, what they showed me, they said, see when that little chick bird was taken by who? Was taken by a grown-up bird. You understand? You know what I'm trying to say to you? Because imagine if it was a grown-up bird. Do you think the chick can take the grown-up bird when I put the grown-up bird on air? And for the grown-up bird to fall on the ground and for me to play with the grown-up bird, they can fly away. Yes, but it was a chick bird. That is confirmation. Little chick bird, little bird. But when I threw the little bird, the chick on air, the grown-up bird took the chick and gone with the chick. Now, what they show me is, you see me as a toddler. Remember, when I had that bird, I feed that bird bread because it was during our breakfast time, and I gave that bird water. You see, the food I gave the bird and the water I gave the bird, it didn't come from me. A toddler don't sweat, don't work, don't do nothing to get money to buy bread. So, excuse me. So, what I offered that bird, it was from people who were looking after me. You understand? Grown up, that done whatever they done to enable me from my breakfast. But the bird was there, me, I share with the bird. Now, the dream telling me what, told me what? The same way I was looked after by grown up to be fed, for them to feed me, to be fed. Yeah? It's the same way the chick needed older to take them away. So I see the same two. See, my older and me, my older done some special things to me that day. Maybe if they didn't provide meal, you know what I mean, I could have go hungry. Maybe I wouldn't even be playing there. Maybe I wouldn't even have the courage to spray the bed. Maybe I wouldn't even let the bed freely. You never know. You know what I mean? But the truth is, them, whatever happened to them, but whatever they done to me, and whatever the bird that I had for me, and then the bird was taken by another bird. So on my side, I got older with me. On the chick bird side, the chick has older bird with the chick bird. No, they two, we two. You understand? No, it's 4. Do you understand that? That's why the dream taught me. This is very important. This is something that, see, when certain people said, my parents or my friend or my whatever, girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever died, I hope he's looking down to me, or he's looking up at me, or whatever they say. You understand? When believers say God or Allah or whoever they call him, alright, you understand? They believe on something. You understand? They believe even on things they never see. Now, me, I do believe. You see this dream I had yesterday? Whatever spirit he was, whoever, if God exists or does not exist according to certain people, or if Satan exists or does not exist, I don't care about it. But the dream I had yesterday is very something special, confirmed to my soul that the exact thing happened. It was meaningful in my life, and they showed me to understand the fall, and that fall, as I just explained to you. Most of the time I talk about that fall, it's the same way I didn't know that fall I talk about. It's the same fall I will see on the activity that is very special in my life, and it's the same fall that is the first initial of my first name, F. You understand? Now, certain people might think this is a joke business. But you see, me, I flew the bird long time on air. I was a toddler. But most of my friends that grew up with them who never witnessed that, they don't know this kind of story. I never told anybody out of whoever seen it. I never brag about it like British people say. I never brag about it. I never beat people, tell them about this story. I never. Even my closest friend back home where I grew up, most of them don't know. Perhaps they will see that on my YouTube account, you know what I mean? They will understand that by seeing the video I do. But my family knows, because I was a tool. You understand? My family knows, you know what I mean? So it's not a joke. And there's certain people that share history is being told. It's not a problem. It's being even sung. You understand? These people know this kind of story. You understand? Now, when I decided to talk about these things on video, even for certain people, even in my neighborhood here where I live, when I decided to talk about this, it's just recently. You understand? But it's not a planification that I could include this situation I'm telling you now, this special dream I had this morning. Without having this dream today, even me myself, I would then understand exactly the meaningful of what happened to my life. I know it's great. Last time when I spoke about it, since I decided to talk about it, it brought joy in my life. I feel satisfied. You know what I mean? Like I never been before. Even though I'm the one who done it, I know about it. But since I decided to talk about it on the video, I feel satisfied. I feel happy in my soul. I have joy. But today, honestly, when I dream about this, you see, I've been here, I was singing music, I'm dancing, I'm doing this. I even forgot about this dream. But I decided to get inside there, because what happened, I see a dove. When I finished playing music as I'm standing here, I see a dove. I was talking about reading on Google about a certain program on TV, Strictly Come Dancing. I was mentioning people who can Strictly Come Dancing and things like that. I see an activity on this roof here. I see that roof there, you see there. In my building. Our building. There was a dove bird that came from that direction and came back here. But see where the dove entered? The dove entered there. You see that red making over there. Now, last time, I think it was in 2019 or 2020, I sat there, and one guy that used to come visit me here, I asked him, take me a picture there. Even me myself, I don't know why I asked that boy to take me a picture there. And I didn't ask him to take me a picture with my phone. No, I asked him to use his phone to take me a picture and send it to me by my email. So he gladly agreed to do that. He took a picture of me sitting there with his phone and he sent it to my email, and I had that picture. I don't know if I still have it, but he sent it to me. I sat there. You see that spot you see where I sat there? Recently, many things have been happening there. Mostly bird and a feed animal called squirrel. And that squirrel is doing certain things there as well. That every time I see it, I get something to say about that. Even when I see the bird, the pigeon bird, I get something to say about that. Now, last time, couple of weeks, less than a week or a week so, or last weekend, I can't remember. There was something that happened there as well about a dove, a pigeon. Then said, now this week as well, there was something very special that happened there. You understand? I even talk about it. I ain't gonna have to explain everything at this particular moment because the dream just come to me, so I have to speak about the dream. That's the most important thing. That's why I'm doing this video. You understand? Now, where you see I'm talking about, I sat there and I have to take a picture of this phone and send it to me on my email. Now I was standing here. I was looking on. I was reading news and all that. I see a group coming from that direction, enter this space, and they done you. And they go up to that roof there. Then you see there, on the roof, they're looking on the direction where the dove came. But see where the U was done. The bottom of the U is exactly the same place where I sat, where I took that picture. You understand? As you enter, as you turn the U, the bottom of the U, the curve, you understand? The arc of the U, bottom, is exactly at that spot where I sat there. Now you see that spot where I sat there? That spot there. Me, I see many things that many people cannot see. And usually it's animal that's doing this kind of things. And the squirrel, I build up a friendship with the squirrel because I buy them biscuits. I buy them biscuits. I used to buy them peanuts. I buy them everything that I give them bread. I've been feeding them. They've been coming here. For the past few Christmas, the squirrel has been walking on this fence here and coming staying by my kitchen. When Her Highness the Majesty left us 2022, Christmas 2022, I was supposed to sit down, watch Her Highness Christmas message. You understand? But the last one was Christmas of 2021 going to 2022. Now, on Christmas of 2022 going to the 2023, King Charles III, I was here waiting to see if he's gonna follow the ideology of his mom. So, and since I came in this country, most year I watch the Christmas message. I can't guarantee you if I did watch it every single year since I've been here, because I can't really remember something sometimes. You know what I mean? According to too much things, I'm a human. I got things to think about. I can't guarantee you that I watch everything, but I can tell you most of it. Every single year I've been watching Her Highness the Majesty Christmas message. No, she left us in 2022. I mean, the last Christmas I watched it, I was sleeping. That Christmas I didn't want to do nothing. I was in my bed with my phone, you know what I mean, watching Congolese stuff, watching things around the world. But at 3 o'clock usually I leave the wherever I am to go watch the Majesty's message. Now, when Her Highness left us, that next Christmas, King Charles III is supposed to give. I think he did as well. He did it, I think, at night time. You know what I mean? He was somewhere at night time trying to wish people Christmas message. But at 3 o'clock he wasn't there. But me, I was waiting to see at 3 o'clock if he's gonna do this. But you see what? Just before 3 o'clock, this guy. See this squirrel, I'm not for the squirrel something, I come and give the squirrel something. No, the following Christmas, 2023, going to 2024. Because I saw on 2022 going to 2023, King Charles Free send a message, wishing a Christmas message or something like that. Late tonight, he was talking, he was with some people, he was talking about this kind of thing. But it's not similar to Her Highness and Majesty Queen Elizabeth III, Boss of All Platinum. Queen Elizabeth II, sorry, Boss of All Platinum. You understand? Now, on Christmas 2022, going to 2023, the squirrel came here. On Christmas 2023, going to 2024, another squirrel came here as well. You know what I'm trying to say to you? No, just animal, you see. It's like certain people go, their dog, their horses, all these animals, they build friendship. So to me, it's the same as building friendship with squirrel. They know when I see them, I give them meal. Sometimes they come in front, below here. They come here in front of the neighbor below there. But exactly in my front door as well, you know what I mean? But it's below there. I fold them biscuits and stuff like that. That's it. But it was so special to me to see that since I've been doing it behind my living room or even behind my bedroom window, feeding the squirrel and the dove. You know what I mean? You understand? No, to see that Her Highness and Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, Boss of All Platinum, my dear person that I get information of Christmas, message of Christmas, every single Christmas. Now, the last one she done, and she left us. No, King Charles III, who is her son, me, or maybe he's gonna do similar things. I know he's not Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, Boss of All Platinum, but maybe at all. Maybe he's a coacher. Maybe you know what I mean, something a coacher. Maybe he's gonna do the same thing like that. But on my surprise, the squirrel came just before 3. And while me, I was waiting to see at 3 o'clock what's gonna happen now at 3 o'clock. Like Her Highness and Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, Boss of All Platinum, is not here. So what's gonna happen at 3 o'clock? I was curious to see what's gonna happen at 3 o'clock on BBC. I said, but before 3 o'clock, because I was in my bedroom. But I wanted to get something in the kitchen to eat. And as soon as I go in the kitchen, I see a squirrel standing right there on this fence here, just by my kitchen. Here. Me, I went into the kitchen to grab something and the squirrel was there. Here. So I have to, the squirrel. I have to even do it quickly because I needed to see exactly at 3 o'clock on BBC what's going to happen. Because I woke up just a few minutes before 3 o'clock. You know what I mean? To watch it while I was in my bed, and I woke up and I'd stand up. Say before I turn the TV on, let me go to the kitchen, grab something, and then I'll go to the living room and turn the TV on. It will be 3 o'clock, and I'll watch what's happening. But the squirrel will not come, and I gave the squirrel something. Now, Ernest is not there because nothing special at 3 o'clock. I said, well, late tonight, I think I saw Christian fruit somewhere with some people at night time or wherever. You know what I mean? So I thought it's not similar thing. You know what I mean? King Charles III, Her Highness the Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, Boss of All Platinum. So the Christmas message every Christmas at 3 o'clock is ended. You know what I said? No, the following Christmas, you know what I mean? I see another squirrel came here as well. You know what I mean? And this one, you know what I mean? He was already here. You know? You understand? Now, this dove is doing something, as I was telling you. You see, the squirrel, to me, is friendship I build with the squirrel. You see, pigeon, if any bird, to me, is something special. Because I spare that bird, and something happened naturally that I'm gladly, according to my knowledge, to say I am the only one on earth who done it. Because I've done so much research. Even me, as I'm talking about it, the person who done it, I wonder, how did that happen? There must be something in me. You know what I mean? And as a religious person, believer, when I read scripture of past prophets, past history, past activity, especially the people who are known as religious people, usually they have something to say that is very meaningful. when they're talking about how great they believe, and to the person that they believe, do them goodness. You understand? As an example, you see, I read about Moses. I think Moses, when he was in the mountain to speak to God, he asked God, he said, but you the guy that, you the person that I'm bowing to. No, I want to see you. I'm talking to you, but I don't know you. I'd like to see you as well. But the power of God told Moses what? You are unable to see me. Whoever see me will never exist. Because the power in me is too much for even you, my disciple or my follower, or someone who believe in me. You understand? But see, Moses, something, when God gave Moses the commandment to take the Israeli people out of Egypt, when they disobeyed, Moses as a human lost the courage and even get angry as a human. But when he spoke to his master, the person who he never see but he believed, says, but these people I'm trying to help them by according to you, my master, who done graces, I believe in it. And they believed, but now they don't believe. So I fed up. And God said to him, you now disobey. You know what's going to happen to you? You're human. So you no longer have the courage to take these people according to my rules. But somebody's already there. He's next to you and give him the power. He's gonna do that. But you, the punishment for disobeying after you see all the greatness that's done to you, you're gonna go blind. But you know what Moses said to God? Remember me for something good that I done. Remember me and remove this punishment. And God told him what? When God, I forgot to tell you, when God said to him, for this disobedience, you're gonna go blind. He went blind. And Moses said, Master, remember me even for one thing good I done, and remove this punishment. God says to you, now, I do remember you, Moses, as an obedient followers, believers, my disciple, my walker. Now open your eyes and you see. But you see, that example I said to you when he said, remember me for something. And they have to remember him for something. But as a human, if you today you have to say to your boss, remember me for something. Now, ask yourself, what did you do? That is very important that they can remember you just for that one thing. Now, you see me as a believer, for having that bird and throwing that bird up on air, and another bird catch that bird in my eyes. If me, the person who done it, I don't understand that. The same as I know certain people who believe it's a true story, but there is a living being witness to that. And remember, I was a toddler. You know, so I mean, I had people even older than me, younger than me. You know what I mean? And I live in my granddad's residence. There's a lot of us. We don't live like certain people think we live in this country. You know, back home where I came from, you know, we go ground floor mansion. Plenty of people. We had free houses in one compound. You understand? People are there. You understand? So it's a true story, and there's no such a thing that I would make up to have joy with. Listen, because if it did not happen, it did not happen. But when I look in myself, in my life, I see certain greatness. I think it's because of that. You understand? Now, as I never talk about it to many people, even my close friend. You understand? I came here in this country, I never even talk about that to every people, to many people, even to certain people. I've been using the internet, Facebook. I've been on Facebook since 2008. I think in 2008. I've been on Facebook since 2008. I think it was in April or May. That's when I started on Facebook. I've been saying too many things. I've been posting videos. I've been doing all these kind of things, but I never let this out. But recently, I decided to make a video and talk about these kind of things. But what I never knew, many times when I see bird, I see few things, but I never pay attention to that. But recently, I've been paying attention to that, and recently, I've been seeing many things that I can easily understand something according to what I saw in my dream or what I seen around or how I feel about certain things. Listen, and I do believe I have a deep connection with animal. But that animal I'm talking about is usually bird. You understand? Because my hand spell the bird, my hand was the bird, my hand touched the bird was picked up on air by another bird, something very special that, believe it or not, even me myself, I don't believe that. I don't understand that. I don't agree with that. I wonder if I can know the meaning of that. But I know as a believer that certain people, they're blessed with certain things that is only for them. It's not for anybody else. Understand? And it's most importantly when it's natural business. You see that my bird I released, you said I didn't fabricate anything. I have a living. On earth is a human and animal. Close to each other, but human got human sense. Animal got animal sense. But we close to each other. You understand? You see certain people, they don't act certain ways. Me myself, when I watch certain program, I see hosts dancing. It surprises me. I see dog listening to their own. It surprises me. I see an human from and it seems like they're collaborating. It surprises me. So I know the power of human and animal closeness. No, me having a bird and throwing the bird on air and that over bird catch the bird, that is something very powerful in nature. That's why nowadays I call myself man of nature. One reason of that name is because of the activity. And it came to me without me thinking about it. As soon as I said I'm gonna, because I do that constantly. Sometimes I just make a name. I say nowadays I would like to be called this name. I call it to how I feel, how I think about things, or the current era or situation that happened to me. I say nowadays I would like to be called this name. Even I don't tell nobody but me myself. In me, I know like today my name is this now. If anybody want to know, how I'm gonna tell them. Like one day I was with my relative in Stockholm. And suddenly we were talking about something, and I told them they are living, they're still alive. You can ask them, you know, Charlene Lundamo and Nolan Lundamo and Papa Charlene Lundamo in his house. I was playing with all these people, children, and we were among our home. And I said to them, I changed my name. My name is Tomato. You know, I said, even Papa Charlie heard that and saw me and look at me. You know, said, I don't know how he felt, how he feel about it or how he felt about it. But I was with, you know, my relative, you know, young my relative, playing along, watching TVs and all that. But I told them I changed my name. Then my name became Tomato. The girls was laughing. You know, said, the girls was laughing. The little one, Nolan Lundamo, couldn't believe. And so Papa Charlie himself was a big man. You know what I mean? He look at me and I look at him. We see each other's eye to eye. You see? You know what I'm saying to you? So I do that. But recently, since I talk about the activity of throwing a bird on air and another bird catch the bird, yeah, I changed my name to Man of Nature. You understand? Now, today, this video is just about the dream that I had yesterday. Now, what the people saying about the bird that ask for this movie? After playing my game, I enjoyed myself with fresh air. You know what I said? Now I go on Google and see certain things I start reading it. But the page that I'm reading, as I'm reading it, I see a bird come over here and then the U. And then the arc of the U on the bottom is exactly at the spot I sat. And he's standing there looking at the direction he came from. You understand? Now, I read the things that the article I was reading. I see at some point they write basically they write fabulous, but they cut it in few pieces. Like, you know what I mean? Like a prevention. Fab, you lose. Listen, no lays. You know what I mean? Now, Fab, you lays. Now, Fab is me, myself, Fabrice. I got girls leaving me called Grace Samavini. I got Shea with me connect. They call me Fab since I know them. You know, so I used to hang with them, you know, since 2008, back then. You know what I mean? Grace Samavini, I don't live no far away. Because I saw her last time over here. She told me where she lives. But back then she used to live above them. You know, she's not far away. But I see her first. She called me Fab. Shea with me connect, she called me Fab. Both girls, they never call me Fabrice. They just call me Fab. I said, now I see Fab, I see you, I see Liz. No, the Fab is me. No, the you is exactly the you. It's just down here. You understand? You're gonna not believe this when I take this. Now, I was looking here in front of me. I said, over there. You see behind me there. See by that tree there. That tree there. As I finished watching this bed, I finished reading this article. I pay attention there. I see the bed just come on the chimney there. See the chimney there? In the building there. The bed just come on the chimney. While I'm sitting here, I pointed my finger on the bed. You understand? And I was looking on the bed, pointing my fingers. You know what I mean? There was a neighbor getting in there. I don't know wherever, people passing or wherever. But as soon as I'm looking at that bird done two circle round above the chimney there. Me, I'm paying attention and I point my finger on the bird and the bird circle made the circle and the circle turn around the circle like a zero, you know what I mean? Or like a goal or just swinging, you know what I mean, as a 360 degrees. Now me, I point my finger and I'm looking on the bed. What is gonna do next? With my finger pointing on the bed, and I see the circle, and it stood there. Now the bird fly enter this tree that you see there. You see that tree there? You see the tree behind there. Now the bird enter that tree there. But when the bird enter me, I cannot see no longer because the tree is a bit bushy. You see the tree is a bit bushy. But the bird land and enter somewhere in there that I'm not able to see. And I say, oh, okay, for this activity, I'm not going to stay here no more. Let's get back to my house. So I get back to my house. My intention was to go to the kitchen, close my door, and go to the kitchen, have my meal. Because I haven't eaten. You know, so I need to eat, feel a bit hungry. But as soon as I get in there, I left the ashtray because I smoked a cigarette. I had the ashtray there for smoking a cigarette and a glass of juice, Coca-Cola. This dream that I had yesterday, this morning came back to me. Because I forget about it already, you know what I mean? But as soon as I get in there, this dream comes to me. And it's about this confirmation that I'm talking about. Now, what I learned today in my dream is exactly about the story of the bird that I flew above the ground. And another bird catch the bird above the ground, on air, in space. And what they told me in the dream, they said, I should understand that me, before I had that bird, I was looked after from older. I mean, I was under the wing or under wings of older. Yeah? Now, the bird that I had, I flew the bird on air, I released the bird to fly freely, and the bird was also looked after by the bird an older bird. So basically I see me and my owners, and I see the bird eats older. I see food. You understand? Now, as I'm talking about it, me and the person, everything I see, even when I get the answer, I always question the answer again. I do that. Sometimes I don't know what I'm looking for, but it's my nature. Until me myself will be satisfied that there is no more question on this answer, then I won't question no answer. But if I can question answer, I'll keep questioning answers. It's the way I do my research or understanding certain things. Because somehow I feel when I do that, my soul takes me some places that I can see. I'm seeing when I'm doing my research or understanding certain things in life. You understand? Now, with that form, in my formula of calculation, I can delete. One on one and remain with me and the bird to claim power. But you see, on this, I don't have the right to do so because the owner feed me. Now the owner feeding me, but they have no piece of bread to give to the bird. Without the owner feeding me, or then I can arrange that after I can give this bird bread, I can give this bird water. Because as I told her, me myself, when I finished eating, I need water. That wasn't my intention. As I gave this bird bread, maybe he needs water. Before I release this bird, and I tell everybody that saw me playing with the bird, I said, I'm gonna let this bird go. I'll take this wire that I put on this bird's leg and let the bird fly. Because I believe the bird can fly. You understand? Now I cannot remove the odor from the deed they done of feeding me. In fact, I live there under the wing. Now I cannot remove either the bird itself or the bird that took the bird because there is connection between them two. None of them claim power. The same as none of me or my older claim power. So all four of us are in this situation. Do you understand? This is very important. I had it in my dream. If you check my video, I talk about this bird business. I never had this in me to talk about it, but it came today. And since I woke up, I had no intention to even make this video today. But the way the day gone, or it's been going, with what I've been seeing around, as soon as I step out of this place I am now, in my balcony house, and finish standing under my balcony, getting fresh air, enjoying myself, this dream I had this morning came. And what is even special about this dream? When I finished dreaming about this, somehow I woke up and I have to go to the toilet to piss. And I checked the time, it was exactly 16 minutes. Now, you see the 16 minutes as I'm saying it now. Now what I got in there, if I add it according to my formula, it's going to be 22. And if I add 2, I'm still going to add 4. See what happened? I don't know what to say. My demand or my queries or my willingness or my see that bird just fly, come there. Bird behind me, just come there. Or my plead. You see those people that believe in religion, who believe in certain things, I don't know what it is. But this kind of things you need to pay attention to it. This is a true story. This is, I think, I am convinced. The way I see this kind of things happening to me is the same way all these creator, inventor, all these people that see does things that nobody knows how it comes to be alive. I think they get it from this kind of invisible world, the spirits. I think they get something in them that even themselves they don't know. But as soon as in them, then they do what you see they do. You understand? All these people that created things that make us use or be excited about it or do not understand. Like me myself personally, I always wonder, who's the first person who managed to light a fire without a matchstick, without a lighter? You know what I mean? But sometimes I watch a documentary. I know, even before I watched the documentary on TV, as a schoolboy, the way he told us, year of age of stone. We know, I know about that. In French, we say the year de l'âge de pierre taillée. L'âge de pierre taillée. L'âge de pierre taillée means year of stone. L'âge de pierre taillée. That mean the past people, you know, back then. So I know that people get stoned and get some grass and all that, and they do whatever they do, they light fire. But I always wonder, who's that person that had that idea to do that and manage this is how we can have fire on earth. And when I see certain things that nowadays, even technology, or sometimes I wonder, who's that first person who managed to understand that with this and this and this, you can have a phone, I can have a phone, from miles away, we can communicate. I wonder about things that like me, as you see me. I wonder about things that I'm curious. You see, as I told them, Fabrice Luyangu, Yaïtch, P.O.P, man of nature. I watch TV, but one day I said, you see the TV that I watch? As I told her, my witness is my auntie. She's still alive. She's in Congo. As I told her, I was less than 10. Most of the things that even is valuable in my life, it happened when I was young, less than 10 years. Many things in my life that many people cannot do. Me, to my life, it happened when I was young, less than 10 years old. My auntie is alive. I watch TV at home, but one day as a toddler, I decided, you see, I am a toddler myself, I'm young, but I still got younger toddler with me, friends, or even younger than me, because if I'm like let's say if I'm 9, that means I'm socializing with people who are 7, 6, 8, you know what I mean? But me, with the TV I watch at home, I decided, now, I'm gonna create a cinema. Cinema. So those friends of mine, the same generation or younger than me, I can show them a movie. I'll be the person who's creating what me myself I see on TV, and I'm gonna create that for them to watch it. You know what I did? I got a box. I said, first of all, I said, I'm gonna make a box. I had a box. No, I'm gonna make a box, but I had a box. You know, box of anything. I had a box, I cut a box. You know what I mean? I cut a box. You know when you get a box, close the box, you could have front and back. Now, I cut both sides, the front, and I cut the back. Now I got a square, empty full. Now what I did on the overside, I put A4 paper, white A4 paper, put A4 paper there, stuck it there. Yeah, to make a TV. As a thing that done, make a TV. So I'm gonna make a TV, and I'm gonna cut this one, and I'm gonna put A4 paper here. So that is like a TV. Now what I'm gonna do? I had a candle, because back home where we live, sometimes we lack electricity. So the candle is always at home. If not the candle, because this kind of lights that they put petrol on it, you know what I mean, to light it so you can have brightness at home, or you know what I mean, around you or whatever. But candle was always cheaper. So I had a candle, I put it on the overside. On this side I put the A4 paper closing the screen. On the overside I put a candle next to the box, just there. And I light the candle. And on the side by side I put hole, and I create toy soldier on paper. I can still do that, but I don't have the paper now. I create a toy soldier on paper. And I burst the paper with that stick. And I burst the paper because I done that a lot. And what I'm gonna do now, I'll put it on the holder, I'll put it on the box next to each other, side by side. Now I'm gonna be playing with it. It's gonna be like I feel they call it scarecrow or something like that. That was my intention. So I put the box, I put the A4 paper, so white is on this side. I put the candle, I took a candle somehow in our house, I light it up and I put it on this side. And I told this boy, come, I'm gonna show you a movie. Now I'm gonna make a story, and you're gonna see from you sitting in there, you be watching this screen, you see this box screen, and you be seeing things moving like a human, shadow, paper shadow, like moving like a human. So I'll be talking story, and I'll use that. I was a young man, and I asked them as well. I said, you're not gonna watch it for free, because we as young boys we play with what do you call it, wristband, plastic wristband. When we play certain, I don't know what they call it in England, but we call it bill. It's a seco. I can't remember what they call it. If I could have Google it, I'll Google it. But this small seco glass, children play with it and it's kicking each other, So we use the wristband, So we always have a wristband and that. So I said to them, you're gonna play me wristband. Because me, when I play with my friends, we play that game I talk with the glass seco, small seco. We call it bill, but one day I'm gonna talk about that in English, but I can't remember what it's called. It's like beads, it's like small beads, but we play with each other, we put a hole, you get into that hole and then you shoot it or you kick it to another beads, and if you manage to touch it, you get a wristband. That's what we play. So I asked them, I said, you're gonna pay me wristband, so you're gonna watch it. No, see this kind of things. The same things I'm surprised. This curiosity to me is since childhood. So somehow I got ingenuity in me. I am an inventor. Somehow it starts at a young age. You see, like this cinema business I'm talking about. When they pay a few pays, they come in there. It was a corridor. Corridor. Not in my granddad's house, but between my granddad's villa and the over neighbor's villa, there was a corridor there. So I done that in that corridor there. They come in there, they line up in that corridor. I put the box here and I light it up and I'm making a story. But as soon as I start making that story, I was making history, but they were so surprised, they were so shocked, they were so smiling. They make screaming noise. The all parents wonder what's happening in there. But my auntie, who was a bit older than me, she was there. She witnessed it. As soon as they make that noise, people, grown-ups start coming. Like, what happened here? Children they're making this loud sound. What's happening here? My auntie was a witness. That was one of my inventions. Me inventing things and surprising the community. As I told that, me, around our area, there was a guy who was an electrician. He repaired TVs, radio, stuff like that. But me, curious that I am, sometimes I go there because most importantly, I used to go there. I wanted to get, what do they call it? We call it indui. It's like, you see the mechanism in the fan. I don't know what they call it in English. See the mechanism inside the fan that makes the plastic circling, that mechanism there, or the small bits of it, like you see in the rulets. You understand that mechanism that make the rulets circle around. We call it enduit, but I don't know what they call it in English. But me, I used to like that trick, that item by itself. I was a fan of it. No, just like I say, it's the mechanism in the fan. Me too, I was a fan of it. So I usually get to, playing with it. But me, I used to play with it in the ideology of, when I put a paper on top of it, I can get fresh air. It can start circling and it's letting out some nice air. You know what I mean? That's the way I wanted to buy a fan. So that trick, that item, every time I walk around, if someone threw a radio or threw something electronic, I was looking for that thing there. But most of the time, I pick up these kind of things. One day, the same way I pick up this kind of things, I was just playing with everything. I'm breaking it, I'm taking piece by piece. I had ingenuity in me, since childhood. So I play things like that. Now, one day I was just playing in there, playing, putting things together. Me doing it. It's not like I pick up big beats. No, it's just me picking little bit here, and tidying it up and putting it together. And I say, now I done my formula. I think it is well. Now I need the battery. So far with my thing there, carrying it everywhere, looking just for a battery, spare battery. And I got the battery, put my battery. I spent almost all day playing that thing. But sooner or later, the speaker starts speaking. I had the station. What man? Radio station. Surprised myself, I scream. That didn't happen in my ancestors' house. That didn't happen opposite my ancestors' house. Neighbor's house. Neighbor's villa. Not house, because we're not in the house, but in the villa. That didn't happen in the neighbor's villa opposite my ancestors' house. You understand? No. To prove ingenuity in me, in my ancestors' compound, mentioned, there was a lodger that was renting one of the house there. But this lodger had a relative who came from somewhere else and was living there. But one day he was using wires, creating. One day he was using wires, creating.
Hey, young man.
Creating. One day he was using. One day, yeah, he was using these wires, creating a transformer. But this transformer is not something you might think that is transforming something. No, it increases the power, the currency of electricity. Because you see that in this country, I think it's 220 volts, but in our country, I think it's 660,000 volts. The currency is quite higher. But when that currency is low, most of our equipment, electronic, cannot work. You understand? Back home. Saying here, if you check most of our electronic item, you see I think it's 220 V, which is volts. But back home is quite. You need a lot. You understand? Somehow I don't understand that myself as well. But this guy was making something that's gonna increase the currency of the electricity. So when the currency of the electricity volt is lower, we're unable to watch TV. That electronic item he was creating is going to increase the currency, and we'll be able to watch the TV. Because if the currency is low, the TV, you can switch it on, but sometimes you can't see anything. You'll be mumbling. You'll be shaking up and down like this. Can't stay stable. The image will be shaking, or sometimes you see the TV screen is going thin. It will be small. You see the full screen won't be covered. So it's because of the currency. That's currency. You know, those who understand electronic business, they know the currency. When the power of the currency is lower, you know what I mean. You can use certain things on the electronic system inside machine like TV. You know what I mean. Appliance like TV. Now he was creating this kind of thing, but me, curious I am, I asked him, I said, what are you doing with this plenty wires, with this kind of things? What are you doing? He said to me, this is what I'm creating. You know what I mean? I'm going to create something here with using these wires and that. He's going to increase the currency. And I sat down there and I see him watching it, but I can't go for it. You know what I mean? I'm busy to go my business. So I asked him what he was doing, and I see how he's doing it, but I didn't spend all day watching him doing that. You know what I mean? It's not my business. But I was just curious to know what he's doing, and I see it, and I'm gone. Now, I don't know if it was a few days or a week or I can't remember, but it was not the same day. You listen? Now, one day I see the same wires type that he was using, bunch of it, just there, hanging around. I say, all right. Last time I saw this guy creating this machine that he says is going to increase the currency. So in his house, when he's watching TV, when the currency vote is lower, that machine is going to help this man. We call it transfer. So basically what it does, it transforms the currency from lower to higher. So appliances that need more currency can work properly. You understand? Now I see him creating it. making it. So I remember saying, this kind of wire, this is the wire he was using. Now I got a bunch of it. Me today, I'm gonna produce what this guy is producing. Did produce, because he did it for his house. You know what I mean? I don't watch TV in his house. You know what I mean? I live in our house. You know what I mean? Or I go to my grandmom's house. You know, my granddad's house or something. But it's in the same campus, because we had 3 houses. You know what I mean? But one, it was for one of my relatives, but he used to live somewhere else, so he rents his building. You know, but we live here. My grandma lives there. Now, I said, I'm going to do that for her house as well. Because me too, sometimes when I'm in my house, I want to watch TV. This currency is lower. The TV is unable. Because when the currency is lower, you see even the light. The light will be, it won't shine. I mean, it won't shine. You see the light is giving brightness like candle. Because of the currency. You know what I mean? The people who are from my country can understand. Or people who are Kiwis can understand. So what happened? I got these wires, me, myself. And I got things that the same way he was using it as when I asked him, I saw what he was doing. So basically, what is this? You have to organize this wire in certain ways by swinging it. It's hard to explain, but it's electronic business. But that guy, when I asked him and I saw a little bit of what he was doing, me too, I said I'm gonna do it. And you know what? I spent my time all day mostly making that. But you see what is so special about me? I have ingenuity in me. You see, when this guy was making it, to make that, you need to you need to have the calculation of currency in your mind to have the power, because he's not going to only have one power. One power can increase the currency little by little. But as much as you're working on it, you need to be able to know how many power you need. You know what I mean? Because if the currency need 220 and you make it to the level of 110, it's not going to increase the currency voltage. You know what I'm saying? It might do a little up, but it's not going to do that. But you need to be able to conquer the 220 and even go more than 220. So when it's less than 220, you go the 220. When it's less than 230, you go the 240. When it's less than 260, you go to 280. But you need more wires. That's the problem. You know, and you need the metal circle, the base. The base like the engine. You need that. That is some disc. I don't know where it came from, but that disc, you know what I mean? When you put it all together, it becomes that base. Now me, I had all that. I started working on it. I was working. But you know what I did? Instead of having, this guy didn't even show me where the power of 100 can be, 200, 300. You know what I mean? That's just casing. But to have the exact currency voltage that can conquer every lower voltage. Now, me, I done that. And I let out 4, we call it salty. How we call it salty is like let out. So on that let out, like is where the increase of power currency will be. When you connect it to that, you have more power. When you connect it to the one that follow, you have more power. Like that. Until you know what I mean? You might make 4 salty, which is the full come out. But perhaps you might just gonna use the first one or the second one, then you stable the currency. And you don't need to use the fourth, the third, or the fourth, because it can blow the appliance. Yeah, because that thing, when you do that, you increase the currency. Like if you are 220 and you did it correctly, you can have 600 voltage. So if you use an appliance that need 220, so you already got 220, you don't need no more. If you use 300, you blow the appliance. All that is mathematics. You understand? But me, I don't know about this. I just see this guy doing it. I say, what are you doing? No, me too, I'm going to do it. And I done it. But you see, man, when I done it, I finished. But I was satisfied. I think I done it. Now I have to taste it. But you see, my TV, it's not my TV, you know. And if I blow that TV, I could have major problem at home. You understand? But I agree that I done it correct. And I'll taste it. Okay. And you know what? I've done it. I get a TV, I bring it outside. And as I'm tasting it, I taste the first salty, the first come out power. I feel I saw that the currency is increasing a little. I was excited. So I think I tested the second one. I tested until I got the currency, the TV becomes stable. I feel like I conquered this. You understand? I conquered this. And I left it. I feel like my job is done. That is how ingenuity was in me. And you see that man who done it first and who are asking what he was doing. The next day, you know people who live in acceptance. That's what I'm going to tell you about acceptance. The next day, this man used to go out with one lady that lived one house after ours. So between that lady and our house is only one house separates us. But that lady, we grew up together. Is the auntie of my first girlfriend in life. She's in France. She lives in France now. Yolanda. Now, that lady was going on to that man who his uncle was renting in our property. And that man came from the area, this is somewhere far away. I got relatives there as well. You understand? But he came to live with his uncle. So me, I know he lived there. So we cool. But he was big, man. We cool. He lived there, it's cool. They're renting there, But after he done that, me, I asked him, I get to know how to do that. And I managed to get those wires and managed to do mine without him knowing. But the next day when he heard about that, the following day, something happened on the street. We emailed his wife. A fight on the streets. So now, this is a true bit. You see, certain adults, they live in some acceptance you're never going to understand. Because, see now I know that man done his acceptance. Because what I asked him he was doing and me doing it without him knowing I'm able to do that, and I took that risk and I done it and I tasted. Even if it went wrong, I blew our TV, blew the electricity system in our company. You understand? But me, I done it correctly once, since start to finish. The next day, this man beat his wife, for some reason, I don't know. But now I know it probably was an acceptance business. And you see, after a few days, or maybe a week or so, in my house, my thing disappeared. I don't see it no more. Because when I done it, I've seen it's working out, I just forget about it. You know what I mean? I'm not the type of person who used to watch TV back then. You know what I mean? I used to hang out with my friends constantly. You know what I mean? I don't like being at home. When I'm at home, I'm watching my TV usually weekend. Or when I see WW Westmania, that was my favorite. You know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons as well I needed that thing as well. Because when the currency is low, me I want to watch WW Westmania. You know what I mean? I need the currency well. Other than that, I used to watch Anyway. You see Anyway that you watch it, the Australian program with Kelly Minogue and that. I used to watch that back home. I was a fan of it. Back home they show it in French. Anyway. You see Anyway is my favorite program. That's one of the programs I used to learn living like white life back home. Anyway. Today I say it. Now, you see, after I done that, the next day I see this man who helped me who asked what are you doing and who done it first, and me now done it. I see him fighting with this woman, and the auntie of my first girlfriend in life. It was his girlfriend. The fight out on the street, it was heavy, bro. You know what I mean? Late night, you know what I mean? It was crazy business. Until now I don't know what there was a problem. But all I heard, after they were fighting, that woman lost a gold necklace. She had a gold necklace that she lost on that fight that night. As I said, now, as I'm talking about you now on this video, I'm talking about this. Now, when I think about she lost a gold necklace, which is a wire, I remember me doing what he done. I know something fishy is about this business. And then, after a few days, mine that I done is disappeared. I don't know where he went. I don't know who took it, what happened to you. I don't know. I don't really care either way, but I don't know. I don't know what happened. After I done it works and I'm supposed to start using it. But the following day, my parents went to the superstore, and the boy brand new one that cost about like $60. Made by I don't know if China or white people or whatever. I don't know. But the boy brand new, original now. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Now I know these people, sometimes we lower a currency here. They never went to buy this. No. Now they went to buy now. You know, but so it's me that inspired them. But My inspiration came from this guy. And this guy never teach me how to do it. But you see, that's the example of ingenuity in me. I go back to the basic, to the meaning of the dream of mine today. When I wonder about who creates certain things first, like you see, at one era, people used to ride a donkey. And see, somebody imagined to create a car. Then nowadays we got all this type of car you can brand, you can name. But it started somewhere. You understand? No, that's someone who managed to do that. That is where that inspiration I'm talking about comes from. That inspiration is something that we human, we don't know where we've been before we've been human. Nobody knows that. You understand? It's the same as those people that create stuff. You just woke up in the morning and you see, oh, there's a new iPhone. Of course, there's people that are working to make it. But who had that for me to create iPhone? First. Now you're gonna go back to before iPhone we had this phone, before this phone we had this phone, until you're gonna find one equipment that is the base formula of everything that followed after. Because of that. You understand? Is not like another example is that you see the plane that we take to fly around. But recently they done a plane that is flying without kerosene, which is the liquid they put on plane to fly. But this one they say is gonna fly with some panel solar or something like that, but it doesn't really need liquid that much. And it did fly. I think I watched it on TV. It flied around the world or something like that. You understand? So all that is invention of something that somebody else starts. No, we think we're gonna do better than that. You understand? But doing better, we're going back to the formula of the first creation, the first creator who had the idea, the creation where the formula started. But me personally, I'm curious not about the following up. I'm curious about the first person who had that idea and who put things in paper so it can be done. Where do they get that inspiration? That is something nobody understands. You understand? Because you see, before computer, we had a tape machine. This we call it dactylo. Where you put the paper there and someone's tapping. It's writing. You understand? Me, when I was a toddler going to school, we had something that they call ardoise. Before start writing on paper. Yes, we had this piece of, it's like a wood or black wood or something. Then you go something. You know what I'm trying to say to you? No. This kind of thing is where the start of the things is lies. The beginning of things. No. These things, according to my belief, is something that it enters somebody. Nobody knows where it comes from. Only this person can understand why it entered him, and if he follows it, he gets it correct. And you wonder, where this guy learned this? And me, one day I was watching TV, I see the person who created the plane, as the documentary said to me. As soon as he created that flying machine, he had the idea how to fly, but he didn't have no idea how to land. And they said, well, when he finished creating the flying machine, he fly above. He surprised everybody by flying. But for him to land, he had a problem. He never had that. He never calculated. Trying to land, he broke. You know what I mean? He almost killed himself because he didn't have no landing intelligence way. Until somebody else realized, you that created the flying machine, me, I've got idea about how by you flying you can land. Me, I can create that. Now you see those people. He bring this. Nowadays we go to this machine flying and landing easily. You see those people, like the one that fly first. So where did he get that inspiration? So that's what you see. Some people, you think you just woke up in the morning, you buy wood, you buy a piece of cake, you buy salt, you buy this, and you manage to do this. Yeah, that is after. But before that, something told him he can start from here. And if you do this, you do this, you do this, and you manage to do it according to how you view it, it will be done. And even if you don't do that, the fact that it's done, what is missing, someone else can get that as well and complete the process. You understand? Now today, my dream explained to me something very important about me. When I brag or when I'm pleased that I'm the only one and only man on earth who took an animal, threw an animal air, and another animal catch the animal. It's a bird. Of course, the bird can fly, but that little chick couldn't fly on his own. He needed another bird to catch the chick and take the chick away. And you know, people in my property, those who wanted to prove the point, if I can do that again, or they wanted to know what exactly happened. The next day, they brought another chick. I don't know where that chick came from. You understand? I think I woke up over there and said chicken bed again. I said, oh, but this one here, what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna throw it like I threw that one yesterday. I saw another bed, take it. This one I'm gonna slave it. But my intention was not to slave it, but I'll keep it as a pet. And I put a wire on this next bed that I had before. I think it was the next day or a few days ago. I can't remember. You know what I mean? I was a young man. The toddler, the boy. So basically, the next one I had, I put a long wire. I kept her as a pet, and I meant to sleep with that dog, that bird. But I had her home. The next morning when I woke up, it's dead. I even felt guilty. I felt like, oh, you see the one that I had when I threw it and they took it. But this one, I didn't decide to throw it. And, I kept it. I woke up in the morning. I go look where I left the bird. It's dead. You understand? But the truth is, where's my juice? My juice is there. I'm gonna go there drink it. The truth is, no, let me just drink. No, I'm gonna go buy or drink it. The truth is, see how satisfied I am about what I've done. There's nobody on earth that can look down on me, regardless your position, your money, your situation, your color, your religion, whatever. In my belief, I do believe I done something that nobody done. So who are you? I am a man who went to school. I am a man who went to college. I am a man who sit down and read stuff to understand few things. This is never been done before. And when I look at in my life, I see certain greatness happen to me, even for being spared. Not being a spare, but being spared, or being given grace, or being blessed, or being accepted, or being favored. Because what I done, it is never been done. It has never been done. Nobody ever heard of this kind of things. Many people cannot believe this. Many people see this. Me myself, as you see me, I watched Sir David Attenborough documentary. I see eagle flying down, catching the goats, taking the goats above the ground, dropping the goats. The goats died. He landed down and ate his meal. You understand? I see the by just seeing that eagle taking the goats, flying, taking it up. The eagle flying above and gets down, deep down, and catch the goats and fly with the goats up there and leave the goats to die so he can have a meal. But when I saw the eagle catch the goats and fly above the goats, it's a surprise business. I was watching that documentary here on my TV, here in this house here. I find it like, wow. You understand? This animal, the eagle, just, you know, from standing on that tree there, you know what I mean? You see the goats and he come down, catches the goat and he flies the goat. Imagine the eagles flying up above the air of the goat. Listen, and you see it from deeping down and catching the goat and taking it up. But me sit now, Fabrice Luyangu, Yaïtch, man of nature. I catch this bird, I give the bird bread, I give the bird water, and food the bird. And I didn't just food the bird, no. As I was playing, I'm talking with people, I'm having breakfast, I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to anybody who can hear that. I'm releasing this bird that you've been seeing me playing with since I had this bird. You know what I mean? I'm releasing this bird so he can fly. And nobody never said nothing. You know what I mean? And I've laid the bird up and the Nova bird catch the bird on air. While I fold the bird, this bird is screaming, told the bird. Because if you fold it, broke to pieces like the way eagle dropped that goat. But luckily, miraculously, surprisingly, famously, specially, special business, special activity, a novel bird. I believe, because that bird was making noise, I believe that bird heard the noise. And I do believe that probably the bird's parents, mom, who was looking for the bird. I do believe that. Listen, and he catches the bird on air, and I'm screaming, hey, they're taking him, they're taking him. That's what I said, they take the bird and go with the bird. It's not like some people might think, oh, it's the same bird that the next day, oh, he fought someone. No, it's not the same bird. But even if you do think like that, but for me, seeing it catches it and they take it. I'm not saying mine is the one that came back. It's not the same one. In fact, I know. You see the next one. The next one had a little yellow on it. But you see the first one, the next one, the following one had a bit yellow on it. I think it's teeth, because now I've been watching teeth. You know what I mean? Now since I know teeth, because back then I didn't even know the name of bird. You understand? Because I was a toddler. Even going with that in my mind, I never know what bird it was. But you see the next one, it was a teeth. Because I remember now, I see teeth and I remember that color he had on it. The one that died, the one that I put wire to keep as a pet. I think it was a teeth. But you see the first one was just black. If not black, it was brown. Either color, but I was a young man, you know what I mean? I never paid attention to that. But it was either brown or black. You understand? I folded the bird in there. Something very special. But today, in God's name, in my ancestors' name, all my dead ancestors, something came to me and told me something very special. And now I understand. And I do believe dream is not a joke. Because sometimes I dream, but sometimes I forget about it. The same way I just forget about this one. Sometimes it means nothing to me because my mind is on over things. But sometimes it bothers me to remember my dream. And sometimes me myself, as soon as I dream, if I can afford, because this certain dream, yeah, you be sleepy. That's why you see, back in the days, you see this kind of things, activity or the way I talk, these kind of things, expressing these things, is always in me. But see, smoking drugs, drinking alcohol, whiskey, I don't drink beer about. I don't drink pints and all that. But you see, sleeping, not sober, you can lack dreams. Sleeping, intoxicated. That's it. And aware of your sleepy consciousness, you can lack dream. And us wise people or older people or people who listen things or believers, they'll tell you dreams are a way of communication, even to yourself. Even if you believe in dead people or spirits or whatever, it's a way of nature communicating with you. Because usually they say what people learn lesser even in their sleep. The fact is, before you go to bed, if you're in your bed, before you sleep, you think about something. Usually, nobody goes to bed without thinking about anything before they close their eyes, unless you're sleeping under intoxication. And when you think, you can think how your day has been. You can think what you're going to do tomorrow as planification. But usually bed is a place where people learn lesson. Bedroom, especially in your bed when you sleep. But some people don't have a bed, sleep on the floor or whatever. But in your sleep, regardless the environment, either you're on the bed or you sleep on the floor or whatever. But as soon as your body needs that moment, what happened in there is the same as what happened when you die. Only dead people knows what happened when they die. They're laying there. The same as when you're sleeping, only you can know what is happening as you sleeping there. But truth is, dreams is very important in life. Nowadays, I know the importance of dreams. Recently, I've been dreaming so many things. Last time I talked about, in my dream, I saw one of my ancestors, Kadiambiko. He's telling somebody. In my dream, I'm seeing him with somebody. What's that person? I don't know who's that. But I'm seeing him talking to somebody. He's telling that somebody, if this boy Fabrice sees it, if I see something, I'll see something that, like he's telling me, I will see something. He's telling this person, if I see that thing, he will be able to understand that as I see it, I understand it. Now, what he was telling that guy, if I see, I will understand. Me, in my dream, I didn't understand. So what am I going to see for him to understand that I do understand? Now, I'll see what and I'll understand what. For him to understand as well. And that person is talking about will understand. You see, the next morning, I saw my cousin on Facebook. Before even that night, before I go to sleep on that night, I sent my cousin a message because I think something happened. I take a picture or something. I send it to my people. Usually I do that. I send my cousin a picture or something. I send it to many people. Many people responded, but my cousin didn't respond. That's it. Now I go to sleep. I had that dream of one of my granddad, one of my ancestors, not my granddad, but one of my ancestors from the blood of my granddad, stealing one person who he was with. If I see what I will be able to see, I will understand. And him telling that man will understand. Him himself as well will understand. Now, the next morning when I woke up, I went to Tesco or Saint Spirit to buy my stuff. I'd done my shopping. But while I was going there, my phone usually on silence. So the person who called me, I didn't know somebody was calling me. I was unaware of it. Now I come back home. As soon as I come back home, I was eating my stuff and all that. Now I have to check my phone both of it. And I see somebody called me. I said, who's this number? I don't know. And I called the number. When I called the number, what happened? It was the Asian person. This Asian person who called me, you know what he asked me? He said, do you speak? He was talking about one language. I can't remember that now. But he was talking to me one language, if I do speak that language. I said to him on the phone, I said, first of all, who's calling me? If so I have to explain, I don't know who he's talking about, who he is, you know what I mean? But he's asking, you know what I mean? When he explained who he is and what he wanted was, if I can speak that language. I said, so what are you calling me for? If I speak this language, I don't speak that language. He said, oh, you do not speak it? I said, I do not speak this language. I speak English and French and Lingala. So you talking English, but you asking me about if I speak another language, and that language you're talking about, I can't remember the language, but back then I think I knew what language, one of these languages on earth. So I don't speak language. That language I speak English and French and Lingala. I said, all right, no problem. If you don't speak it, no problem. And he hung off, and I hung off. But then, as soon as I hung off, my cousin responded. Not with my message, but responding on the internet. So I realized, oh, this man, I sent him a message, don't respond. But me, I went outside there, somebody called me. Now I respond. And I respond, this man is telling me if I speak this language that I don't speak. And it doesn't have no more things to say to me. So it seems like he just called me to see if I can speak that language. He's going to talk to me in that language or what. Now that's why I realized, you see the dream I had yesterday. My cousin missed to understand something. He's my cousin, we are the same blood. But he missed to understand something. And what he missed to understand, me, I understood it. Like I see in the dream, from one of my ancestors. Because if he did understand, that message as I sent him is supposed to respond. You see, because that message it was very important for me sending him a message. I don't send people a message for joke. You understand? I don't sit down there just looking to talk to somebody or send somebody a message. Most of my messages when I send it to certain people is very important. Because me, I am antisocial. Naturally. You understand? My friend, my people, everybody knows. I am antisocial. I'm like, if you don't believe somebody can be solitary, me, I am solitary person. I am very antisocial. I can be on my own for years. I don't mind. I don't need nobody to talk to me. I don't need to be with nobody. It's okay for me. You know what I mean? I grew up like that. You know what I mean? Most of my ancestors know. You see my ancestors where I put the bed on air. Because I was born somewhere else. I was on my mom's side. So when I go to my daddy's side to live with my ancestors, I never talked to anybody in there. It took me a long time to get friendly with them. To even start talking to somebody. Even my ancestor himself, my granddad, when he come from work, he say hello to me. Sometimes I start swearing, I start getting angry as a toddler. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but my cousin needs something. But the dreams told me about that, and I understand. That's why I realized. I said, you see my cousin? My cousin, his mom is my auntie. My dad is his uncle. But you see, what I have from my dad, I had it directly from my granddad. But what he has from his mom, he doesn't have it from my granddad because his mom is a woman. His mom lacked something to give it to him that will connect him directly to my ancestor. Me, I'm a man, my dad is a man. I am connected directly to my ancestor, my granddad. But him is maybe he's going to be mostly connected with his granddad on his father's side. Because his father is not a son of my granddad. So what my granddad gave to his son for his son to give me, my granddad can never give that to a woman for a woman to give him. So that's something that I understand in life. So I never, as I'm talking on this video here now, he doesn't know. Perhaps people tell him, but he doesn't know. But me personally, I know that. You understand? This is a true story. And to confirm that, his brother, his older brother, he's older than me as well, but he's a close cousin of mine as growing up. You see, he's a close cousin of mine. When he comes from where they live to see his ancestor, my granddad or his uncles, his auntie, and I am the one who will be with him, who will show him around, who will be with him in my area. And when I go see my auntie in his mom, where they live, he will be the one that will show me around. I'll eat with him, I'll do everything with him, I'll sleep with him. Tell me, let's go outside, we go outside. He tell me, this is my friend. He explained to me his area. The same he do there, the same I do that here in my area. But as we came to Europe, he came to Europe before me. I came late, maybe a year or 2 years later. But see him, we don't call each other. That's how funny it is. We don't call each other. Perhaps he hear of me from other people. The same I hear of him from other people. But nowadays I'm not connected with certain people, so I don't even hear of him. So we don't call each other. So he could be the person that I'll get my passport, because I believe he lives in France. I'll get my passport, I'll go to France, and I'll be in his house, and I'll chill with him. He's my cousin. He's older than me, but I grew up with him. He's not older than me that long, not that many years. No, it's just maybe a few years, 4 years, 5 years, or maybe 3 years or 5 years, something like that. You see, but and now I search him through relative, even his brother, and the fact that his brother lacked to see something. The message I sent his brother, he was asking him about his brother, my favorite cousin. I was his favorite as well. You know what I mean? So I asked this one, I said, give me the WhatsApp of your brother. So I need to talk to your brother on WhatsApp. Even you yourself, you're on WhatsApp, but when I call you on WhatsApp, you don't pick up. But when I send you a message, sometimes you respond. But now I ask you, give me the number of your brother. The WhatsApp number of your brother. I want to get in touch with your brother. But he doesn't respond. You understand? So he didn't see the importance of me not being in communication with his brother. He doesn't see the importance of me being his brother's closest. His brother being my closest. He knows that because we grew up all together. So you think I'm gonna figure out he's jealous of my relationship with his brother? Either way, but he didn't see something very important as I saw in a dream when my granddad one of my granddad's blood was talking about this. You understand? Now, do not ignore dreams. Dreams is very important. That's why I ask you. You can do whatever, drink alcohol, drugs, or whatever, daytime, or whatever. But see, at night time, sleeping intoxicated, you lack the invisible spirit that can communicate with you. It's going to take you more to sit at daytime and take your minds far away to gain things that you can't see, things that get into your spirit. It's going to take you heart. It's going to take you the knowledge of Buddhism. You're going to need to practice Buddhism because you see them, the master that either day or night. Buddhism, Buddha, Buddhist, that religion, the people of that religion, the master that how to get in communication, how to get in touch with space, empty space, spirit, day or night. They know how to do that. They know it's the disturbance. They master that. They can remove the spirit of any turmoil, any disturbance. You understand? But for people who do not practice that and who do not know that things are right, you need tranquility, you need peace. And most peace is at night time when you go to bed, sleeping. And that is even the peace of unconsciousness peace. That if your soul can get there, that's where you see people create stuff, people get formula that nobody knows who push you to get to understand that. Where did this idea come from? You understand? Now, a face there, I know you might dislike, but people, sensible mind said they will understand what I'm talking about. You understand? It's the same as you see when a child go to school, you know, it's exam. You need to revise. Yeah? Now you're gonna revise reading books and all that. But the question over there, you don't know what question is gonna be in there. Now you're gonna see the question that perhaps you never revised. But you remember what the teacher told you. Now you know how much it's gonna cost you to go back, revising in your brain to get that answer. That is what I'm talking about. I mean, you're gonna cross certain limits. You're gonna reach somewhere you don't see. You need to remember something that you never have in that current moment. You don't have it, but you remember. It's like deja vu. It's what they call telepathy. I mean, either you've seen it or you haven't seen it, but now your soul, your mind need to try to get that. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? Simple example is like that. When you go to school, they're giving you lessons from Monday to Friday or every day or whatever. But one day they say exam. No, you revise, but you come here, you sit down here, and the question that you revise, many of it there, but many is not there. But you remember, I've been going to school, and these things are seeing it. But now the answer is where? Oh, it start missing your conscience. The conscience start wandering. You need to see a book that is at home, but you need to see that in your brain. You need to reach somewhere in your past to see that. That's what dreams is. So it happens even day or night or wherever. But daytime, there's noise, there's disturbance, there is all this possibility, there's things happening, flyers are all that. Many things happen. That's why it's hard to be concentrated on that level in daytime. But Buddhism, they practice that. Is the base of their religion. That's why you see Buddhas are people of tranquility, peace and calm. I learned that from that religion. Peace and calm and tranquility. Comfortability of mindset. They practice that through reading, through ancestors leaving them that bit of intelligence. Buddhism, religion, you see that. You understand? Now, you who do not practice Buddhism, who do not know this code, it's going to happen naturally. And you need clear soul, you need clear mind, you need peace of mind, you need calm, and you need tranquility, even in environment, even in yourself. Then you can reach this kind of higher attitude, they call it. So, see scientists, they do research, but before they start doing research, they need to know what we're researching. They don't just wake up, let's get this machine, get this thing, and start trying to see what we're gonna see. No, they got a base. They come up with something and say, now, see this work this way, what about this? What's this? No, how are we gonna find this? And then they start working on it. Until someone's gonna say to you, now I found this, and I think the best instrument to use for this is this. And somebody else over there as well say, they use that instrument for that. But me, I'm thinking, I got to include this instrument. Me, I can create another instrument that can maybe be similar to this because I am inspired by this. Or maybe I just get these things in me is telling me if I do it this way, I'm gonna get something better than that instrument. You understand? So that inspiration is something, you know what I mean? Inspiration. The words of today is inspiration. You understand? But all this almost 2 hours conversation I've been having with this video. This is the longest video I ever done on earth. It's special for me. It's special because I could have forget this dream. You understand? But things that happen. Better than something that. What I'm talking about is this kind of things. This is giving something very important to those who watch this video, or those who are listening, or those who have that little bit of perseverance, belief, acceptance, motivation. You understand? It's this kind of things. Nature teaches people. As adults, as people, intelligent people, they're going to tell you. Certain people, even if you don't teach them, but nature will teach them. The consequence, the situation, the problem or beneficial things, or regardless of, but something is going to teach you that you don't need to learn it from nobody. It can come from you yourself, from revising your brain, or from seeing something that teaches you. You understand? But today, I'll let you know the beneficial of dream, inspiration, not from anybody, from you within, from your soul, from in you. This is the kind of things when I tell my friends I am a satisfied person. Some people think I told joke. Some people think to be satisfied you have to have a house, you have to have a car, you have to have a wife or girlfriend, boyfriend or husband, gay partner, lesbian partner, whoever. You have to have money, you have to go places, you have to go continents, you have to have clothes, all that. But these people that have that, they never be satisfied. Satisfaction is in within. Some people can be satisfied with more, some people can be satisfied with less. But satisfaction itself is built inside you. You understand? You can be satisfied just the way you feel you are okay. Certain people think as long as my health is okay, I'm alright. Certain people say, I just need a house, man. I just need to buy a house. Some people say, I'm suffering nowadays, man. This Bentley I'm driving, it's been here for years. I'm thinking the new eras. I want that, man. But satisfaction, the can have everything they can give you most things, but you might lack something that nobody understands. You say, feel like, I'm not gonna be satisfied until this is be done. It can be done. I'm not satisfied until I can get this. For some people, they say, me, I'm just living day by day, and I'm okay. I don't care about you give me Bentley car or clothes or tomorrow money or whatever. No, me even tomorrow when I have it or I don't have it. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for Wednesday as well, Thursday. You know what I mean? It's okay. That's what I call satisfaction. People get it. That's satisfaction. You see a man with a beautiful woman. You don't have a woman. You wonder, this woman's beautiful. This can be my wife. But him that does have it's a feel like, sooner or later, man needs to divorce this woman. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, he's not satisfied. You don't trust it, satisfaction. You know, so see the people is ugly, but see his companion or her companion is handsome or she's handsome. But they're together, they're alright. But you think like, how can he be with her? How can you don't trust it? So, you don't know people get their satisfaction. Now, be smart. Unnecessary things. Nature, you see nature crazy. Nature, it can inspire you more. So you see, we people like me. You see in this country, they give people more form when you need to do something. You see form, they say feel here. The question you hear. What do you think is that? It's to learn. People want to learn. And you see, learning it's beneficial to the nature. It can be beneficial to the organization, company, to human soul, to the environment. You understand? Because that is nature. They want to know where you came from. How do you do it from where you came from? Who you? How do you live? Maybe I can learn to live better from you. You know what I mean? You know, translate it. It's that. So, the most important for you yourself before anybody on earth is within you. So you so need to understand to reach somewhere where human are just human like you. Material, everything else is just everything else. But something that is equal to nothing. Only you know the value of it. Most of us, that's something we don't know that. But that something is what I'm talking about today. Is that thing that inspires soul. Is that thing that makes you satisfied. Is that thing that makes you agree you. Is that thing that makes you decide how you want to live you. And that thing is not given by somebody else. It's given by some things we don't know or somebody we don't know who is not a human being, the spirit, and he gives it to you. Because me, I can give you that, but you might not be satisfied. But you yourself, you might get it from your spirit, and you can be satisfied. Do you understand? Now, my dream of today, come back after spending all this time here and seeing the bird again, and seeing two coincidental things about bird. I see this one that you hear. And while I'm reading Google as well, because I was playing my music, but curiously I catch the music and I see the program that I like and I start reading it. They said, and I see the bird. When I'm reading it, I see something is coming in, I see that's the bird. And the bird down near you. But scrolling down on what I'm reading, I see FABLU lays. That you is in the middle. The way they wrote it, that you is over there as well. And that you, I just see it there as well. And where that you just happened, it happened exactly at that same spot where I sat asking this guy that came to my house to take me a picture. And this is not the first thing that I see. Many things be happening on that spot. Last time I gave inspiration, I stood there. I was talking about. You see here, you see the neighbor below. See me when sometimes I stay here. Some people climb above there, they're throwing waters or whatever, something, things fall on me. But mostly I complain, I see waters, water dripping or something. So last time I was here, I just inspiration in my mind. I say, you see what they need? They need to put something along the way of this building corners. So water, instead of dripping, if someone is the one who's throwing water by mistake, or when water was there and is dropping, instead of it hitting this fence and getting to me, or extend the wind blowing it to me as I'm standing here, if something was here along the way, that water can drop in there and go along the way to some pipe and get on the ground or something. No, recently, a couple of days ago, bed, we've done some PCE, use the toilets outside my front door. A bird, a pigeon. So I put water, I get water for it, so to remove the water of the pigeon or whatever. No, the water full, but the woman below there, the neighbors below there, had their clothes outside. Now, as I'm throwing the water, she's screaming all that, or the water's around or whatever. Now, we had our one-to-one, whatever, conversation or whatever, angriness or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But what happened? That idea of mine about what I spoke about a couple of months ago, it wasn't with me. But then I'm looking at the bird again. Wait, done something there. Exactly there. You see there. See when you see that. See when you see the empty on top of that building. Let's look up past the back. You know what I mean? And see before the chimney. See in the chimney, just on the level of the chimney. See there. The big empty part is hanging on some arm or something like that. You see what I mean? But see there, that is the thing behind. If you come down from that one, not the pipe, but you see what I'm talking about. You see that chimney there? No. See where the chimney is. In between the chimney, as the chimney standing in the middle. See that metal there? See close around that line there. See the light is there. See the light is there. Pipe as well. Where the cable goes. No. If you cross around that pipe there, somewhere there, you come down. See the middle tree there? That free tree there is there. You see the middle one? See that middle one? Is exactly where I start to get my back. I get my back, so then I'll get my back. Yeah? No, the bird that's still there, I just realized if I trace the bird by making a line coming down and it reach the tree and it come like full here to come in front of me, it's going to have to pass from where I sat. And then this inspirational idea of mine that has a couple weeks ago, a month or so, it came back. But this incident that happened here, I was also talking about these things here before this woman can complain. So this is something that Sadak needs to do. You understand? So all this inspiration here, you think is a makeup business. No, it's not a makeup business. You do not believe on one thing, that's what you do not understand. You go to church, you don't understand. You read book, you don't understand. You go to school, you don't understand. You live in the world, but you don't understand. Things happening, you don't understand. Perhaps you just are satisfied. Perhaps you just disagree with everything. Perhaps you're doing it with your conscience and unconsciously. Or perhaps you're just ignorant. Perhaps you never be told. Or perhaps you're just somebody strange on earth. Regardless. But the fact is, you see the people that create cars, these people that create the building house, they create plane, they create medicine. Medicine is grass, is trees, is all this fruits or whatever. But the production of it to make it what it is. The people that make these kind of things, you see these plates, all this. These people, they need inspiration. And that inspiration is, first of all, belief. It's belief. It's belief. You believe on something that even me perhaps I don't understand that, but you believe on it and you manage to have equipment to make it, or you manage to make it as an equipment that people use. That belief that is something that it only comes from you. Go ask inventor, people who create stuff, creator, people produce stuff. The copycat people, they learn. from certain people, but there's certain people who are original founder of the idea. So those people, to my life, they're the greatest being on earth. To me, regardless of what you created, but I'm very curious when I see somebody make something from me never seen it before, and I do believe it's him or her who make it first. And there's many things that people make first. And they will speak. You see, my think is there's nothing. My think, oh no, because you live in England, you think what you see here is first. Because someone in Japan doesn't know you, or you don't know someone in Japan, or in China, or in Ghana, or in Burkina Faso, or Mogadishu, you know what I mean? Rwanda, you know what I mean? USA, South Africa, you know what I mean? Denmark, Czechoslovakia. No, but there's certain things on earth we all know that. Even those that we don't know, maybe the production of it is valueless to certain people, or maybe it hasn't been sold yet, or maybe just because distance doesn't cover everybody, so you're unable to know that. But on earth, there is people that make things that nobody ever make it. They're the first to make it, to do it. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Like me here, as you see me, I float the bed or air and over bed catching. One and only. Yeah, I can brag about them from the Congo where it happens to here, because I'm still alive. I'm the person who died. Even after my death, history remains. Nowadays, I managed to put it on YouTube. You understand? I put it on live. But my family knows about it because I grew up with family. But make it a bit wider, worldwide. You know what I mean? Now I use this camera. No, you wonder why it took me so long to do this. No, all this is inspirational I'm talking about. Because it's the things that I done long time ago. I've been using camera for years. I've been hanging around with friends for years. Even some of my relatives who live far away, I go visit them. They don't know this unless member family, my other family member told them. And they said, but I grew up using internet. I've been here using Facebook for since 2008. The same account. I post plenty. I took garbage. I took sense business. I took extra stuff. I took what I took is important. I done everything. But you see this, I never had a feeling to say it. It's not like I kept secret. It never crossed me that I need to talk about this or I need to make a video. It never happened to me. I never had a feeling for that. But recently it just come back to me. You understand? Recently it just come back to me and I say I have to put a record. You know, those who know knows, but those who don't know, they should know as well. And since recently it came back to me, I realized something in me that I done a long time ago. I know about it, but it just recently told me something very important in my life. I just conclude. I have now a conclusion. Conclusion is I must be special. I must be somebody that is very gifted to something. And recently I just sat down and I think about growing up. I see certain things that I've done is extra, even to myself. You understand? Now the person I am, if somebody else is talking about this kind of things, it's them who done it. Me, I admire people like that. So the way I'm admiring myself, plus the joy of is me, I feel I don't know how to express it. This is a true talk. This is a true story. Whoever is gonna see this video, whoever is listening here, this is something. I'm not trying to say like they should make me the owner of the world. No, nothing like that. But the joy in myself, the pleasure in me as a human, the favor I feel about being born and live on earth and being here talking about these kind of things is not comparable to anything. And in myself, I don't see who else can be above me. True talk. No disrespect to anybody in any position. But personally, I don't feel like there is nobody above me. I don't feel like anybody can tell me anything that I must bow them, or I must listen to them, or I must obey them. I don't feel that in me no more. I don't have it. Recently, since I realized all these things, made me feel joyful by talking about that again. That once in my childhood time, I managed to have a bird, little chick. I managed to give the bird meal, because it happens at the time I was eating my breakfast, and I give this bird bread, and I thought as a young boy, I thought of giving this bird the piece of my bread and give this bird some water, and decide in the eyes of people among us in our compound, my granddaddy's house, and I decided to food this bird, and this bird fly around on air, and over bird catch it, and it makes me feel joy for my granddad, because I spent a lot of time with my granddad. My granddad was my best friend, and when I think about my granddad, sometimes it goes to village, and I think about asking my granddad, what is their village? He told me all this Banza Pombo. He told me all this ancestry history. He goes to his village. He put me food from his village. He's opening it there and eating it. I remember my auntie growing up. My auntie was the witness of my first lover girl on earth. My auntie, she's alive. You trust it? So that property Sanderson can see there. As far as I am in England, that property is most important to me. Whoever's gonna live in there, either is relative of mine or someone they sell it to. Oh, all the government trying to do whatever fishy business, or whatever, or nature trying to cage that property. But see that land there, to me, I can do anything to not let it go, for it to always be mine. And I feel like I claim that as mine. Like once I told my auntie, do you think that property is mine? Because we were talking about something. I mean, I said, do you think it's mine? No, it become mine now, yeah? I asked my auntie that, she's alive. So, these things I'm talking about the bird, God saw me and gave me this courage to express this today. I think He used me as a believer of religion. I'm a religious person, even though as a human I'm a sinner. That's just because I'm a human. But I am deeply religious person. You understand? That's my nature. It's in me. So one guy who knows me is talking about that guy there. It's always about religion, you know what I mean? He lives on this religion business. Big man, he's a big man. He's a big man. He's a resident. I think he was born in this country, or he's a resident of this country. I don't know either way. You know what I mean? But he's a big man. Come up. But he was talking about me, and I saw him. So he's talking about me to other people, telling them me. I am crazy about religion. I'm the person who believes in this religion. I think I'm religious or whatever. I don't know if he was casting me or he was bragging about me, or you know what I mean, he was just giving a testimony about me. I don't know. But it is true. I am a believer and I am deeply religious person. You understand? No. I read scripture, I read book about all prophets. You know what I mean? Even I have the blood of prophets. Simu Kimbang, the only black prophet recognized on earth. Simu Kimbang. The truth is, you know what I mean, the story they told about the story of the Belgium and all this independence and all this. You know what I mean? Those no story. One thing I'm gonna have to say. See, when I was a child, young boy, when I left where I think I was born and go back to where I grew up with my granddad, because I come from a Nova Borough as a toddler, and I grew up in a Nova Borough where I spent most of my time until I came to England. As a toddler, when I went to that borough, I was very young. But one day I was playing with one guy, and I don't know I said to that person, but I don't remember if I said it. I said to that person, you letting us author of death. You understand? As I told them, I said to somebody, I said, you letting off author of death. Nowadays, I know that adults who had this kind of conversation, I was telling this boy, I know how they feel, but they don't know where I got that information. Even me myself, I can't guarantee you. I know what made me say that. In fact, I was a young boy. See what I'm trying to say? This is me talking about real business. So, you see me when I'm talking. There is many things in my life that since childhood until now, when me myself I think about it, I know who I am. And I know how I feel about who I am. You understand? Now, yesterday, this morning, I had this message about the bird business. It is not a coincidence. Those who don't believe will never believe. But me, I do believe. And I am the person who, when it's a joke, it's a joke. When it's a serious matter, it's a serious matter. You understand? When it's serious business situation, problem, or thinking mode, or concentration mode, it is not a joke. Unless I lost my mind. You understand? But if I haven't lost my mind, I'm proud to be a human, and I'm telling you, I'm thinking correctly. I don't take things as a joke. I am a serious person naturally. You understand? I don't joke. I'm not a comedian. It's not in my nature. I can try it to make comedy, to make people smile, but it's not a job of mine. It's not the person I am. I am a person who I grew up. Most people say this boy is shy. If I grew up as a toddler till growing up at this age in this country, some people might think I'm mentally sick, I'm gay, I am lost mind. You know, they might think all these things. You might think because I am naturally antisocial. I am naturally muted to communicate with anybody. In me, is in me. I don't look for conversation. I don't feel. I'm not the type of people who think I'll be sitting there with people. I want to be the top man, speaking nonsense or speaking too much. No, in me, it's not there. I am a peaceful person. I like quietness. Yes, sir. When I'm talking about I read Buddhism, I'm curious about reading scripture, all these things. That's the world I live in my mind. You understand? I live in the world that I feel like I could be okay on earth by myself. It feels like I need earth on my own. You know what I'm trying to say? No, when I'm talking about this dream business, this is just equal disappear easy. Because since I woke up, if it was with me early morning, recently I've been talking about the sun praying here. I would have done this. I could have let it out quickly because sometimes I do forget. You know what I mean? But I would have really make sure that it's been in the video. But my intention was not to put it in the video. My intention was not even to talk about it. But now it came. That's why I talk about it. But now, you see how long I've been talking about this now? Because surprisingly, I'm in that world, as you see me standing here, the world that I'm talking about, that only I know where I am. You know what I'm not saying? But as I mentioned that now, I think my spirit is coming down now. Now, I got full. What the dream told me today. As much as you see this video, 2 hours, 30 minutes. In that dream, it was only short. What they show me the same older that took care of me is the same way that little bird was taken care of by that old bird. Full. And go back to myself, my soul, my happiness, spirit. Full is my number. I brag about it, north, south, east, west. Before even I talk about this bird idea, it came to me. You understand? It came to me. I see this world. In fact, I am a person who believes in black and white. So I say the world is black and white. Because I do believe Asian are black. I do believe mixed race are white. You know what I mean? So in my in my view, it's black and white. But if you have to put it in black and white, Asian mixed race, we still got four. You understand? That's why you see four to me is the world. And thanks to my parents, whoever gave me the name Fabrice, it falls on the F, first initial of my name is F. That's when you put in number, it's going to be 4. I am the world. And thanks to my great-grandparents, one of my great-grandparents was white, one of my great-grandparents was black. You understand? And I am the 4th on the line from them to me. It's 4. You understand? Now, today, on my surprise, they show me that 4. And they show me that in the form of that bird that I just made so many videos, but I lacked to know this, the 4 in there. I was happily bragging about I am the only one and only. See, made many videos, and in my intention is just I am the one and only. But today, the one and only disappear. It's no longer important. You understand? As I am the one and only, but what is above that is the walls. Fool. My parents. I was under the wing. The bird under the wing of the older bird. 4 of us. 2 human category, 2 bird category. You understand? Because that's now I feel satisfied to conclude this video. Well, you see my video as you see it, I'm talking about my life. True story. And whoever like, who dislike, I don't give a damn. Whoever's gonna watch or do not watch, I don't give a damn. But this to me is record. I'm recording archive business for myself and for my future generation and humankind on earth to know these kind of things. See, I've got one book there that puts pictures and puts a little address of my aunts, my family, on my mom's side, on my dad's side, and my relatives. Listen, but see this book I just made now. The idea of creating this book in me since 2010. I went to visit a friend in Wales, Cardiff, and before I jump on the coach to come back to London, walk around Cardiff, go to the statue of John Batchelor. I didn't know who was John Batchelor. I never been in Cardiff. I never even know John Batchelor. But when I was in Cardiff, walking around Cardiff, we saw the statue of John Batchelor. I said to the person I was with, take me a picture in front of this statue. And when I took that picture, I came back. I was in the community center in Stockwell Park Estate using the computer, right? And the picture that he took me there, I posted it on Facebook. I said, one day, soon, I didn't say one day, I said, soon I'm gonna write a book, and this picture is gonna be a cover of my book. You understand? And then that's when in there I googled John Batchelor to understand that he was one of the person who fights for the abolition of slavery. It was against slavery. You know what I mean? This is a true story. But see, since then, 2010, even that picture, I don't know where is that picture. Because I see things in many websites or I don't know where it is, but I don't have it in hardcore paper. And I don't even know where I can find it at this particular moment. And I don't even know if the person who took that picture still have that picture or somehow, I don't know. But if I had the idea of creating that book since then and I was working on it, I will have that picture. But I delete pictures as well. You understand? Now, I could have created that book since 2010. But that book has just been recently created, I think in 2023 or 22, I can't remember. It's been a few years now. Listen, and the picture that I said back then in 2010, soon I'm gonna create a book. I'm gonna have a book. I'm gonna write a book, and this picture is gonna be my cover picture. Now, when I decided to write a book, that little book that you see, it seems like it's a photo book, but it's not a photo book. This document in the book there that makes it book. The photo is just, you got photo in the book, but small documents you see in there, written by ancestor, property, address, both of it, from my mom's side and my dad's side. That makes it a book. You see, my passport is there with a visa to come to this country, and with the visa of Belgium, transit. So when we land in Belgium, I got the right to land in Belgium, and I come to England. Both of it, all that is there. So that makes it a book. You understand? That makes it a book, and it's very important. That is history of my life. But when I decided to write a book, this idea of having this picture and having this, it was not there. I just say there, soon I'm gonna write a book, and this picture that the boy took me from Cardiff in the statue of John Batchelor is gonna be the cover book. But when I wanted to do a book, like I think I make a book. That book there you see. Some people say it's a photo book. It's not a book, man. It's a photo book. But me, I say there's a difference between a photo book, photo album, and a book. You see many photos that you think is a photo album, or you call it a photo book. But you see, the photo is just a compliment for certain people. You see me, and you see my life, and you see my house and all that. But the most important about that is the document you see there, the passport and the address of my ancestors, both of them, they're resident. That's what makes it a book to me. But the cover photo that of John Batchelor, I didn't look for it as well at that particular time. But even if I did look for it, I don't know where I could have found it, because I don't think I have it. But see the photo I put on the book there, that is a photo of me going Lambeth College. There was a guy called Chris, called himself Chris Quashan. He changed his name to AZ. Him used to go to the college at the same time with me. One day, at break time, we were hanging there and say, guys, take me a picture. But that I used my own phone, my first phone on this country. But that Abo formed a friend, a mixed race guy that I used to see in college. I say, are you selling this phone? I like this phone, you know what I mean? You know, I said Samsung, I think it was Samsung 822 or something like that. Something like that. Samsung. It was a flip phone. It's nice. It was not flip phone, but it was this phone that you side sweep it, and you know what I mean. It just become like a stick or something. But when you side bend it down, you know what I mean. It become very small. You know what I mean. You can hold it in your fist. You know what I mean. It's nice. Samsung. You know what I mean. So I bought that from one guy, mixed with guy. I think he's mixed with Asian. I think he's mixed with Asian guy. You know what I mean. I talked to him. I used to see him in college. We salute each other. I bought that off him. I think, you know what I mean, £15 or £20 back then. And he gave me that, and I asked him, give me some song from your overphone on Bluetooth. You know what I mean? But I was with Chris, and I said, Chris, get my phone that bought from this boy. Take me a picture. And I said, Chris, take me that picture. And that's the picture I put on that album. But see the importance of that picture is what? It's me, myself, in Lambeth College. Lambeth College. In Lambeth College in Brixton. But my intention to write the book, I didn't even know what I'm going to write. I didn't even planify anything. But back then in 2010, I already said it. And I was saying, the cover photo is going to be the one that guy took me in Wales, in Cardiff, in front of John Batchelor. You know what I'm trying to say? So, me myself, as you see me in life, I thank the Lord, I thank my Creator, ancestors, until parents, and I thank myself as well for at least maintaining, my day by day being here now to talk about these kind of things. So, for all the priests, the pastor, the monk, the imam, religious people, even the representative of religion, like P.O.P, Leo, who like one of my ancestors' blood and sister, Simon Kimbangu Kiangani, who represents Kimbangisme. These kind of things I just spoke about. In you believe, this is the kind of things you need to look into. And this is the kind of things you need to pay attention to, how to teach new generation on understanding the importance of things I just mentioned. In your position, perhaps you decode the code of spirituality in beliefs of religion, and you can understand more than I do. But me, I just do research. Apart from doing research, I just leave me and I explain things, expressing how I feel and how I think is communicated to me, how I think I can describe it. You understand? Now, my dreams is my dreams. My dreams, when you talk about things like this, that's why I talk about it. And sometimes I like to talk about my dreams so people who do not believe on dreams can learn. Or people who do believe on dreams can see a way of understanding this is a true dreams or a fake dreams, or is this dream important or is this dream not important, or is this dreams I can easily understand it by this way, or can these dreams I cannot understand it because I like this, or you know what I'm trying to say, though, just to evaluate and you know what I mean, and learn and see how you can facilitate over people, either to have a formula of understanding dream easily or expressing the feelings or the thinking of somebody in their dreams view. You understand? So respect. And to the government people, certain government, me personally, as you see me, is my say. I learn it from nobody. About it. I never learn it from nobody. I don't know if it's anybody on earth or anybody among government society or anybody who writes book or any person that came with this ideology of mine. In my view, when I see war around the world, or when I see my country, Congo, DRC, and I hear about rebellion, I visualize certain things, and I came up with a view saying, in politics, we do not do religion. If we have to go to war, we go to war. That is my view. I've been saying that since back then. I think the first time I said it, it was in Stockwell Park Community Center, in Stockwell Park Estate Community Center. I use this opportunity to say hello to Julie Fawcett, Mary, I say hello to you. Few people around me, you know what I mean? I say hello, you know what I mean? No problem, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I salute my family who lives in Stockwell as well. Charles Lundamo, Mama too, Papa Charles Luyangu Lundamo. You know what I mean? All friends who are around there, Venanga Demuto, Yuji Mamoto. You know what I mean? Everybody, Emile Bola, you know what I mean? Everybody around there, salute you, no problem. You know, the girls there, I love you. Kisses and hugs, you know what I mean? Now, the first time I said it around that place. Back then, because I still going that place since 2012. But before 2012, it was my every single day environment. And using mostly the computer. It was in the Stockwell Park Community Center. Since I logged on my Facebook, it was created in the Facebook account. It was created in that Stockwell Park Estate Community Center. So I go there, post stuff and all that, you know what I mean, all the time. So I say this view, I said it there. In politics, we do not do religion. If we do have to go to war, we go to war. And this idea of saying this, it came from viewing the world. When I hear war, when I hear rebellion, that's why I realize, I say, when I see politicians going to churches and all that, are they really religious? You see what I'm talking about, where I come from? Me, I am a religious thinker. I am deeply in religion mood because I think about this kind of things. You see, this is proof. So basically, When I'm saying political people, politicians, they're going to churches, they're going to meeting imam, going to the temple, seeing monk, even going to Vatican, meeting even the Kimbangiste leaders, you know. And I just wonder, like, is these people joking about? Or are they serious? Now, my conclusion was, in politic, we do not do religion. If we have to go to war, we go to war. That's what I must say. Listen. Now, you know, politician. I know perhaps you live on my philosophy, my ideology. I claim in mine because I never see anybody say such a thing. I read about it. I never know anybody who even mention things like that. This is mine. I never read it. I never take it from nobody. And I just explain how I made that philosophy. It's because of I see world. I see war around the world. I see rebellion in my own country, Congo. I hear all these problems, you know what I mean? They invent here, they do this, you know what I mean? That's why I came with politicians, and I see politicians, you know what I mean? They're going to church, they're going to the cathedral, you know what I mean? But next minute, you know what I mean? They say, oh, they're sending military to go conquer this country, you know what I mean? Another minute, you see, oh, rebellion is in on a corner there of the country. You know what I'm saying? That's why I came up with, in politics, we don't do religion. If we go to war, we go to war. Now, you know, politician, perhaps you live on that ideology, you believe on this kind of things. But the truth is, human people, I'm not talking about everybody, but people like me, deeply believe in religion. If you think religion is not important, stop joking about religion. And people around the world, don't joke about religion, because there's serious people like me who do not take religion as a joke. Because the scripture that we read, it shows us certain things that if certain people live even before certain of us at this current era, so it was not valuable. We should not be bragging about it. We should not be promoting it. We should not be making it as our priority. You understand? Now, I saw coronavirus came here. I saw people opening church. And I saw the police went to the church. They said, no, it's coronavirus, you need to close the church. First of all, I thought it's a laughing matter. And I said, they closed the church. But then I saw it on TV. And myself, I realized, of course, it's coronavirus. Even the church needs to be closed. You understand? But first of all, when I see, they closed the church, I find it funny. And I thought, this is a place where people are praying. But then I realized, no, they must do that. Because it's coronavirus. You understand? No. Things like that even prove to me as well. In politics, we don't do religion. So religion, you think is most important, or people obey by religion, or if you're talking about your religious, we should bow you, we should respect you, we should think you're saint, or things like that. No, that's not the case. But the truth is, there is believer of religion like me, and there is joker, funny people, no serious, garbage, joke. I don't know how to describe them. They pretend on religion. I'm sure I'm saying to you. But the value of history teaches us certain things. Either you believe in religion or you do not believe in religion. Don't joke with these kind of things. Because religion to you, you think is a monk, is an imam, is a pastor, or is a P.O.P, or is a representative. Like my ancestor Simon Kimbangu Kiangani, them the proof of religion. Proof of religion is not on them. Proof of religion is before history. Proof of religion is beliefs. Certain people believes on some superiority, superior, supreme, almighty, beyond, unreachable. That he guides them, he guides them, he directs them. You know what I mean? He done all this, that they bow on that. That's why they call it religion. Some people call it ancestry business. Someone says, I don't believe on religion, but I do believe on the history of my ancestors. I do believe on the saying of my ancestors. But if you check all that is what is called religion. The religion is the beliefs of certain culture, certain way of people life. You understand? So they say, we do not do this. It's our beliefs, but it's also their religion, because you cannot touch it, you cannot break it. Nothing is valuable than their beliefs. You understand? No, me, as you see me here, that's why you might think I'm a joker, because I am from the Kimbangism religion. I have that blood there. I am Nyang. My granddad, as I say, he goes to village and he come back and chill. When he bring things from village, he is the bloodline of Simo Kimbang. But me, I don't consider myself Kimbangist. I know I have that in my blood. It must surprise certain people when I say my religion trust is Christianity. People think, but what about Kimbangist? But even Kimbangist, they know the importance of Jesus Christ. That's why you see Christ is on that religion as well. Even the Muslim, they know the importance of Jesus Christ. That's why Prophet Isa is on the Quran. So everything starts from somewhere. If someone starts something on earth, Jesus is not a joke business. Either you believe on that history of Jesus or you do not believe on that history of Jesus. You see the people that read Genesis. Genesis told us or teaches us time in the past where before you believe on any book or anything you do believe, things is in there is what is being there since then. You know what I'm trying to say to you? These people is like me. Million years from now, somebody might not believe I existed, but I am. You see, and I can tell you about my ancestors. And my ancestors told me about their country, their village. So this is what inspiration I had about writing a book. And see, book like that is the same as the Quran, it's the same as the Bible, it's the same as someone woke up today and write a book. Because I'm a footballer, I'm a movie writer, I'm a movie star. Now I'm a documentary maker, I'm a car maker. All that is just scripture for history. And whoever believes on that can live according to that. And that becomes their religion. You understand? Now, do not joke about religion, government, people, and anybody else on earth. You know what I mean? Ignorance can tell you, say, I am a theist. Ignorance can push you to say, I don't believe in religion. You know what I mean? But as an adult, we all have choice. Not everybody agree on everything. That's the truth. But do not joke about people like me when we talk about religion. Because you see me, I can lie to you about money. I can steal. I can kill. I can rob. I can walk naked. I can do everything. I can do everything. But my belief about scripture based on religion, I cannot joke about that. Because in fact, when I'm talking about my granddad, you cannot deny the history of my granddad. You see the importance of my granddad's villa. When I'm telling you that I put a bed in there, no, even the bed is extra to me. But you see the property where I was out extra, it becomes to me. Now, what about my granddad? You know what I mean? What about the history of our ancestors? So, when you go back to that, you find me in religion, then you find me, yes, I do believe Adam and Eve, and I do believe in existence before them. So, be careful. Don't joke about them. Don't joke about dreams. Don't joke about you wake up in the morning, you pretending I see this in my dream. I think I had a dream telling me this, you making up stuff. Even best people cannot be able to describe it. Even people who understand dream cannot be able to describe it. One day in Stockholm Park Community Center, again, once more, as I wrote on Facebook, I said I am a dream catcher. For Facebook to understand the reference. See, when I say this, after a few days, I said I changed my name to Mr. Lover. Mr. Love Lover. Sorry. It was just in that week there. First of all, I said I am a dream catcher. And in the space of that week there, a few days, I said I am Mr. Love Lover. Because I was listening to Shaggy, the Caribbean guy. Mr. Lover Lover. I was listening to that song at that time in Stoker Park Community Center. I was listening to Shaggy, Mr. Lover Lover, that song. And as soon as I finished, I have to write something on Facebook. I said, my name now is Mr. Love Lover. You understand? No, I said I'm a dream catcher. You see this kind of thing? My life is not a joke. My dream, my mind, my motivation, my philosophy, my ideology, my inspiration, it comes from not people like this. People I learn. Like certain people learn from me. But me, my inspiration, things that I reach eyes, it doesn't come from human being. So that is my nature. But recently, when I spoke about something special that happened in my life, now I'm growing up from now till then to say that to the world. Few things are done. I don't see nobody than that. I do not see anybody that can be special to me, or that can do something special to me, or that can think I can bow them, I can praise them. There's nothing like that. There's nobody like that. Because the scripture, I read the story, I read about people who have money, I read about people who slept with many women, I read about people build stuff. You know, I read the story. I do have respect for many living beings who create, who make things, who have money, who do whatever. But according to my philosophy, doing things is a different scale. The scale of me throwing a bird catch down on air. Even the person who created plane is just a person. Because if he thinks he created plane is most important, what about the person who created car? No, if you think because you created a nuclear bomb, what about the person who done somebody operation on Earth business? No, if you feel your work is too much, you computer maker. What about someone who plants his potato? You know what I'm trying to say to you? You see all this, right? That's something. The scale of doing things is different, and the importance of it is to who knows the importance of things. And me, I am the person who, with a little knowledge of going to school, with little surrounding of intelligent people, with being intentionally the person who like to learn and do research. I don't see nobody who done something in the major scale naturally, like I throw a bird and over a bird catch it on air. You see the air you see here, this empty space that you don't see. It owe me something that even me myself I don't understand what the empty space owe me or owe me. I don't know. But all I know, in that empty space, something happened there that to me is most valuable than you saying to me you're a trillionaire. You saying to me you invent something better than the plane, or you invent new phone, or you go a land and you make tons of potato. Or you made something new, because I would like to know what is that new something and how did you make it. He said, me, I didn't make nothing, but something existent, something that exists and is no man-made. It's nature, a bird, and I threw it on air, and no for a bird catch on air in space. Be careful. If you don't know the value of things, you don't know the value of things. If you can't dig deep, it's certain hiding secret on earth, a human existence is not a problem, but don't be ignorant. You understand? Because I told you, I created a transformer, electronic system that will increase the voltage of the currency of electricity. Now, I didn't create the copper, I didn't create the metal, but with the copper who someone already created, with the metal, the silver, the silver bit who someone who already created, putting it together and following the explanation of a neighbor who told me that what he was doing and how he's doing it. But without even finishing the lesson, I managed to do it and it works better. All these things I just explained. So, even if you work in the industry where they create car, me too, I done that little thing and I see the currency of electricity increase and the TV is what is showing properly. You understand? Even if you created a television, now I can sit down there and watch a television. I didn't create no television. With the existing box, I made something that the children felt happy. They will die with my history. Their parents know the history. The witness of my hand making things is my auntie. You know what I'm trying to say? But you see, the nature business bring bird on air and another bird catching. This is something. I am the one and only. I am Fabrice 4. I'm no longer F16 from today. I'm F4. Man of nature.